Hola fish and chips, how's it guys? My name is J Russ, aka Jonas the Barber, and welcome to my first tutorial. As many of you guys don't know, I'm a South African barber, and I felt the need to start an educational channel for all my family out here in Africa, as this type of thing isn't very popular around here. Y'all around the world are welcome too though. I'll be giving in-depth tips, tricks for all you aspiring barbers and for those already in the game. I certainly don't think I'm the best, but I'll be sharing all my knowledge and research I've obtained throughout the years cutting hair. So hit that sexy like button below and subscribe for some more one-click videos. Let me not bore you guys any further, let me hit you with that first tutorial! How's it guys? So I'll be watching the video with you guys in the small corner there, and I'll be commentating, just going through the cut with you so you can get a better understanding of what I'm doing, so you can learn better. So as you see, I'm just brushing the client's hair down, making sure there's no, finding all the calyx, well, that's the crowns and stuff, so you can know where to cut. Okay, so now I'm just balding out the head, just above. I think you see how, if you, by the sideburns, I'm just leaving it a bit darker, so that when you line it up and you trim, it pops. So I'm just taking off behind the trim. I'm just gonna go over the ear and then to the back. Yeah, so I'm just cleaning off the sideburns here. And then a big tip, always pull the client's ear down. You don't want to cut the client's ear, so you just pull it down with your index finger. Okay, I'm gonna speed it up. This is the boring part. I know you guys know how to bald and cut out. You just take the guideline just below like the guy say, the ear of the head. Just take it below the ear. Well, the egg, for you guys that don't know what ear means. Okay, so I've folded out the cut. Okay, now I'll be using my foil shaver. This is a big thing to use in terms of balding out the haircut, because the blade is a lot of work and not everybody can take the blade. Most people can take the foil shaver, and it's the closest thing to a razor fade. So I think you guys should invest in one of those. So I'm just pulling the skin, but not pressing hard with the foil shaver, letting the foil shaver do all the work. And I'm leaving a guideline so that now when I use my trimmer, I can easily just knock that guideline out, as I'm doing now. Just knocking that guideline out so that when I fade in, there's no visible line, as the foil shaver takes it right down to the skin. So I'm just making my way all around the head. Oh yes, and for those wondering what's the okay, before I can tell you about that, so I just shaved some rubbing alcohol and blow dry. If you didn't see, it's another tip I learned from E. Jones, one of my inspirational barbers. Okay, so now I'm lining him up while trimming. So what the alcohol does, it lays the hair flat, and then it stays in that direction so that you don't get hair pointing upwards and curling back. So now try and keep the guy's hairline as natural as possible, but you might have to push it back just a bit, but always ask your client if you're allowed to. So as you see, I'm leaving the trim as dark as possible, while the line up, so that at the end of the fade, the whole thing pops. And try always not to press hard on the client, because I see many a times guys press too hard and leave scars at the end, which you'll see like on the second day of the haircut, which doesn't actually look nice. So this is a thing that sometimes you just might, if you are a beginner barber, just take a bit of time with, as this can be tricky at times when you're starting to learn how to cut hair. there's always a rush to get it done, but I think taking a bit more time so that the haircut stands out and that the trim is aligned and equal is always the best option. When you have the client's time at heart, it shows, and they'll appreciate that. And I'm just, as you can see, I'm just using the corners. Okay, now I'm doing the side part, the line. I'm just using soft dabbing motions of the trim onto the hairline. Not making a final guide, not making a final, how can I say, detail as yet. Just edging out my design. So if there is a mistake, you can go over it and try and correct it. Okay, I just flipped up the trimmers. Just pushing, just going down with the width, going down with the trimmer so that you can define the line even more, as you can see. This helps detail the line even better by flipping the trimmers around. Okay, so now I'm using my wall designer professional clipper. There's a taper blade on. I actually love this clipper. If you guys know any other clippers out there that you guys use, just let me know in the comments below. Okay, so now I have the lever fully open, so it's to the longest of what I can cut. Now I'm making my next guideline. So I'll just take the guideline just right around the head, still making sure that I leave darker hair around the trunk, so that, as you know, when you line it up with the blade, it pops. Okay, so now I close the lever all the way, fully closed, and I'm taking it up halfway, making our next guideline.
I want to be next to you. I want to be close.
And all I do is just flick of the clipper nicely, the flick of the wrist, like they would say. Especially this part, take your time, especially if you're a new barber learning to do this. And then I turn the lever up halfway, and then just take out the second guideline. So you just turn it up halfway. I'm flicking it back and just taking out any bulk or dark spots I see. Okay, now we go on, moving on to the back. Just do the same steps I said in the front. Make your first guideline. Close your clipper all the way fully closed, and then make your second guideline. Open it halfway, and then take out that next guideline. It should bring you a fade until the guideline that you made earlier. Okay, now I'm using my half guard, and we're gonna make our next guideline. So we'll make our next guideline going just like repeating the steps of the first time. So we make our next guideline going all the way around the head. But I do mine in steps, like on each side. I find it's much faster. But you guys will find your technique, and then you'll realize which works better for you. Okay, so now I have the lever fully closed, and I'm going up halfway once again.
I never wanted anybody else, 'cause you became the queen of my heart.
Okay, now I have the lever halfway open, and just aim that next guideline. I'm working in an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm working on. That's why I may look a bit tired, or sound tired as well. I've been trying to get this video out there, but the work has been so hectic. Working, cutting there, trying to edit this bit. That's all for you guys. Hope you guys will learn something from this. Okay, so now I've repeated the steps at the back, just going above the ear, above the egg. I forget what it's technically called, so I just know what we call it this side, a slang, nickname for it. Okay, so now I'm just making my next guideline underneath the line. You don't want to go all the way above the line, just leave a bit of dark here.
With everything slowly fading and easily wasting, I keep on wasting time.
Never all the way close. Just going over some dark spots.
Keep me grounded, solid to the ground. When life tries to pull me up and beyond the skies,
Moving that guideline with going to your next.
what I need you give to me with a love like that I never die.
Now I'm using my number 1, fully open. And I'm going over until the line. I'm going right over the hair until the line. As you'll see, it will soften the blend. Now my level is fully closed. Just taking out that bulk. And then I'll do the same step again, but going like fading with the line, making my next guideline. Going all around the head, making sure I leave it dark by the trim, so that when we line it up, it pops.
But the grey color was the reason
But don't leave too much hair, so that it sticks out, just leaving it up a bit. Still leave it down.
Just like the birds in the morning.
That's gonna give you a nice transition from the ball to the mid to the top of the head. And then with the line up, it's just gonna pop a little do. Okay, so now I'm just taking out the next guideline. Just working fade in. Okay, now I went back to my half guard, just taking out any bulk and any dark spots I see. That's a key thing. Always go back and check your work. Make sure that all the dark spots are taken out and care of. So you'll just repeat the steps again of any of the steps I've mentioned earlier. Okay, now I have my 1.5 guard. And again, just straight to my next guideline. Level fully closed, taking out that guideline. It sometimes never completely raises, but it makes it softer, so that when you use your 1.5 guard, it just knocks that guideline right out. Let me know in the comment box who's supporting Leicester City. I'm a Chelsea fan, but I hope they win the league. Okay, I'm going back with my number 1 guard, fully open, just taking out that line. Or just working the fade in. Just be careful not to take the guide, go a bit higher than the guide that you previously made, or else you'll have to start all over again and the fade will be extremely high. Then it won't be considered a mid ball fade. So just continue to work out any dark spots that you see, and your blend should transition very nicely. Look at me looking big words. Okay, so I'm using my number 2 guard, fully open. Taking out that last bulk of hair. Just removing that. Making my last guideline. After this, you should start to see a transition blend. working perfectly from bald to mid to long hair. And just be careful there, that's where Scalic's crown is. Just be careful not to take too much hair off as the hair does grow in spirals. Make sure that you find all the crowns and calyx before cutting the first hair. Okay, there I'm closing the number 2 guard, fully closed. Just taking out that last bit of bulk and dark spots. Bringing up the guideline to a perfect smooth transition blend. Okay, I use line blades. I don't know, whatever you guys use, just let me know in the comment section and I'll try them out. But I've used a Super Max and I don't think it works as smooth as the Lions do. But let me know. So I use real shaving gel, the real shaving gel. You guys can cop this up from Clicks. I've been searching and I finally found some shaving gel. So you just put it all over the client's face. Well, not their face, but yeah, put it all over the thumb and wherever you're gonna use it, and it actually gives a smooth shave. I've tried everything in terms of the sunlight soap, the Vaseline that some guys use. What else have I tried? But all that doesn't work as nice as the real shaving gel. You guys should try it out and let me know how it works for you guys. As you can see, that lineup is popping because we left it dark. So for the lineup, you just, especially for beginners, make sure you guys don't put any pressure, allow the razor to do the work. Because in my beginning stage, I made a few cuts and nicks. So as a tip and a guide for you beginner barbers, just lightly use the razor and let the razor do the work. You should be fine. Make sure you practice your angles before using the razor, because the switch upper then, like you see, I'm going against the grain. That you'll get your smoothest line and your finest line from going against the grain. Okay, so now I'm just going. A big key note is going over your lines and designs with the razor. Is that just to lightly tap and stroke against the line, if I could say that, because many a times guys tend to push the line further down, making the line appear thicker. So I just went under the line just to make it look a bit sharper and smoother. Okay, a big key. Yeah, I use a cotton and rubbing alcohol. This is needed as many guys use spirits and spirits doesn't do anything. So yeah guys, I'll catch you in my next tutorial and vid. Peace out.